Are you getting a petty Staycheck? Huh? So it's a book that my man Dr. Thomas Cowan reference. I haven't bought it yet. I will. Talk about the freedom of being unemployed and unemployed relative to the modern idea of employment. This is, I tell you, I thought this was incredible observation. He says the misery index used to be inflation plus the unemployment rate is a misery index. And then he says, but isn't it ironic that the more employment, i.e. the lower the unemployment rate is, the more people are actually miserable and depressed. The more suicide goes up. Just the more destruction of the family there is. And I tell you, man, I could not agree. Actually, it brings tears in my eyes, frankly. How just the family unit being destroyed, the complete destruction of self-worth, all for the petty Staycheck. I tell you, man, once you get out of it, you'll see it a different light. And the consumption society we live in is the slavery of the modern era. It's not African slaves with whips and chains, I grant you. So I'm not comparing chattel human beings with what we're dealing with, because it is still voluntary. You see what I'm saying? We are volunteering for our own slavery. And I find it horrific. And I don't know why people can't sit there and say, that this isn't good. It's bad. Suicide, depression. I'm not going to say alcoholism is higher than it used to be, but was alcoholism higher back in the day when you actually put it? Look, and I'm telling you, the convenience of life is wonderful relative to the way it used to be. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit there and be one of these guys, the old days when we had to work freaking dusk till dawn. I'm not saying that's the way to go either. The farming life of the old days was freaking tough, man. But the family unit was more secure. Now, obviously, a lot of children didn't make it past birth because of a lack of just basically. Look at those cows out there. Whoa! What the heck was that? You see those two dogs, or what the hell were they? Wolves? Baby cows? No, they gotta be doggies. Whoa! See those two dogs on the side of the road eating a dead animal? Are wolves white and black? Because one dog there was white, one was black. Is that I don't know. They got white wolves. I don't know what wolves look. I've never seen a wolf in person that I'm aware of. But the petty Staycheck says, look, we will give you enough money for the creature comforts of society, but you won't be happy. It's horrible. But you'll be able to watch Netflix on the weekend. And I was watching my man David Hoffman again. This is probably the third time in 3 videos I've talked about David Hoffman's videos, where he showed, I think it's a machinist or a UAW worker in the 1960s who hated his job. Now his wife was staying at home, all right? So that's part A, that's good. But he was just sitting there grinding away, putting tires on vehicles, knowing full well the automation was coming. But and he'd come home to see his kids, come home to see his wife, and that was when he had a reprieve. You go in there and just a mindless job. And you feel so bad for this guy. You're like, someone had to put the tires on the vehicles. But, he had a suburban house, suburban mortgage, kiss his wife to go to work, come back to play with the kids, and then do it again the next day. The weekends were, no wonder why football became such a wonderful thing, because that's your escape from your regular, let's say downtown Taylorsville. Let's see what this is about. We're just going to take a gander through downtown Taylorsville, shall we? So downtown Taylorsville. I don't know the first thing about it. Let's hit it. Anyway, just as sad, man. Depression, suicide, broken families, debt through the roof, just miserable lives, alcoholism. I think I've already done this before. Seems like I did this last time. Taylorsville city limits. Yeah, I think I've done this before, actually. I think I did. Yeah, so I'm going to come back around. Hang in there with me. Because last time I did this exact same thing. I think I said, downtown Taylorsville. Last time I was up this way. So let me check it out. And it wasn't much. I remember doing this. So we're going to go back. Whoa, ow. Ooh. I'm on my way back from Carrollton and Noonan. Noonan, Georgia is fantastic. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a big fan, first time, long time of Noonan, Georgia. Carrollton was nice. I like Noonan better. Noonan was just, I just liked it, man. It was exactly what I would be looking for. In terms of living in a small town where you could live in the town itself and have access to all the amenities of the town, downtown and all that. In terms of, coffee shops, local, boutique stores and stuff is fantastic. But is that what you're doing? Your petty Staycheck? It's risky to break free from it. No different than risky of a slave to break free from a slave owner. You don't know what waits for you. You don't know what's in store. But can it be worse? Can it be worse? You're sacrificing your creature comforts potentially for something that's more fulfilling. And doesn't that tell you something though? That you're working for your creature comforts? You're working for your Netflix? You're working for your cable? You're working so you can watch football on the weekends? No, man. No. Don't do that. Work for you. I don't know what it means. I don't know what that means you're going to do, but don't work for others. Work for you. See the Georgia Power right up there in the distance. Yeah. The consumption society. You got a nice car, big truck. You got to pay a debt on it. Nicer house. You got to pay a debt on it. Probably went to college. You got to pay a debt on it. And you're like, what am I? What did that do? Now I'm in a cube, as opposed to being out there, freaking digging ditches. But you're still. But even the worst thing about that is now you're in a cube, but you still got debt. Obligations to pay. Dude, I'm there. I've been there. Hell, I'm still there. Less so than I were before, though. And I like what I do. And the difference is when you like what you do versus not, it's just better, man, without question. Anyway, so if you just look, can you combine the previous knowledge of family, of work, of worth, with the creature comforts of today, but yet you don't need to live for those creature comforts, is kind of what I'm saying. Right now, it's like we're living for the creature comforts, sacrificing our own mortality, essentially, for the creature comforts. Whereas before, they didn't have the creature comforts, so they just slaved away because they're like, dude, we got a subsistence living. Is there a way to combine the two? I think there is. Reducing your consumption, but keeping your mortality. So meeting halfway from the past and the future and the current and going to the future. So I'll take some of the creature comforts, but I'm not going to be a part of this modern consumption society, but I'll take some of it. And I am going to use the old days of a family driving me first. So I'm not a wage slave. Yeah, something like that. All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you.